probably one of the worst written movies I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of pretty badly written movies. This movie was so horribly written. The ending was holy shit. The ending was so dog crap. It was very bad. I don't know who the hell wrote this, but this movie was horrific in writing. The movie is called What Remains. I got this movie for free, ironically. It stars Cress Williams, Kellen Lutz, and Anne Heche. That was Anne Heche. Holy shit. She totally looks different in this movie. Um yeah, I was wondering what happened to Anne Heche. So Cress Williams, Kellen Lutz, Anne Heche. This movie is what I call cry-fi. If you notice in the title or in the thumbnail, I put cry-fi. This is Christian fiction. It's a movie about Christian fiction. It's a religious movie about God. I don't think they mention I don't think they mentioned the word Jesus in this movie one time. So in anyways, it's beside the point. What this movie has to do with God, probably absolutely nothing, because it is complete garbage. Now, I'm gonna say a few things, a few good things about this movie. The movie is very compelling. The movie is compelling, and the story kind of like is a bit slow. It's very cliche. It's very, very cliche. Like a lot of cliche parts, like basically like a bunch of cliche things stuck together in a movie, and those cliche things some work somewhat. The acting was horrible, the writing was horrible. It was watchable, it was compelling. That's my one thing with it, is that the movie was compelling. Like, it gets your attention, it gets your interest, but the way it was written, it was completely bad. It could have been way better. This could have been a phenomenal movie. You would have to see it to understand what I'm talking about. I watched the movie and it was going to go for a turn. It was actually predictable, very predictable. And I was like, "Oh man, it should end this way." But then the ending of the predictability was kind of like all over the place, and it didn't really end perfectly. It ended in the dumbest way possible, and this is supposed to be a Christian fiction movie, probably make you feel like, "Oh, I should worship God after this," or something like that. But I think this movie actually probably hurts the Christian believers, because like, if this is how things are going to turn out, if you believe in God, or it didn't say Jesus, it just said God. There was a cross there, but there was no mention of Jesus anywhere, or I don't even think they had any scriptures. But the movie was just poorly written. There were some decent shots in the movie. There was some enjoyable scenes. There was some creative shots in the movie. It was watchable, but it was just like, oh my god, it's very hard to explain how bad this was. Um, I think if they would have had a different ending, or a better written ending, then it probably would have been like C tier. But because of the ending, it went all the way to like F tier. But if the last like 30 minutes of the movie was written better, more more smarter, um, more clever, then it would have been at least a C tier movie, a very low C tier movie, and this would have been something that I would have put in my collection. But because of the ending and how dumb it was, this thing dropped all the way to an F tier. So it was hovering at low C tier for a long time. It was like low C tier, low C tier, low C tier, and then boom at the end dropped to an F tier because of the ending. Whoever wrote the ending kind of messed it up. It it was it was like a good attempt of something, but it failed miserably at the end. So I don't recommend you watch it. You're gonna be disappointed at the end. Um, and if you're into like Christianity and all that stuff, this thing has nothing to do with it. Is cry-fi, but Christian fiction. But just listen to the word Christian fiction. Fiction means lies, not is not true. So lying and Christianity don't go good together, right? If Christianity and religion is supposed to be about honesty, then this movie is hypocritical because it's a work of fiction. And I'm not trying to judge Christian movies. I think they should have like cry-fi, and I would have loved this movie if the ending was better. But it just the ending was horrible. I could tolerate the bad acting. I could tolerate a lot of the cliches stuff. I could tolerate all that stuff. If the story is good and the ending is good, I could look past things. And I thought it was going to be really great towards the end, but it just it all collapsed at the end. It was horrible conclusion. So it made no sense, and it was stupid and complete waste of a movie, honestly. I don't recommend you watch this. I'm pretty sure there's better cry-fi movies out there. I think I remember that one, God's Not Dead. That one was a good one. That one was a Christian movie that I enjoyed a long time ago, and that's Christian fiction. So just because you don't agree with their religious or their religion or their morality and all that stuff doesn't mean that they can't make a good movie. But this movie was not good. I think it got very low ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, and it got low ratings on IMDb. So not one for your collection, not one to watch. Stay away from. What Remains.